Yes, shall we start? Very good afternoon. Okay. So yesterday we had the class where what we're going to teach in the next 10 months. Okay. So today we'll start with syllabus, specifically prelims only. Okay. So what is prelims and what is the syllabus of prelims, and and what are the micro topics inside the prelims? All these things will, what are the trends, how to prepare, simple, an overview of prelims, and then we'll slowly move towards newspaper reading. I'll give an introduction of newspaper reading so that you can start with newspapers. Okay. Parallelly, we'll do syllabus. The plan is, so if I discuss only syllabus, you'll get bored. Okay. So we'll discuss a part of syllabus. I mean, there are four GS papers. We'll discuss those papers, one per day or two per day. Along with that, we'll discuss newspapers so that it would be interesting. Okay. So yesterday I gave you homework. You remember what is that homework? You checked what is Article 312. What Article 312 is saying? All India Judicial Service. Tell me exactly what Article 312 is saying. It gives. Acha, let me check. Okay. Article 312 basically provides. Just give me one. Article 312 of the Constitution empowers the state legislatures to request the Indian Constitution of all India service. Okay, wait. But we'll go by Constitution of India. These are all some what you call the Bare Act, they'll say. Okay. So here, if you read a Constitution, it'll be different. It'll difficult. Council of States means Rajya Sabha. Okay. So as per this 312, the thing is all India services. Okay, 312 talks about all India. So we have been reading this all the time. So it's very difficult to forget all these things. We don't get confused. Maybe sometimes some articles we get confused, but Article 312 we don't get generally confused. That is different. So it may create establishment of All India Judicial Service also, but creation is All India Services. Okay. So the idea is to create All India Services, which who has the power? Council of States has declared by the resolution supported by two-thirds of members present and voting. We'll be discussing what is two-third majority or the special majority. If they go by two-third majority, they can create a All India Service. Okay. So, in necessary in expedition of nations, so that Parliament may by law provide for creation of one or more All India services, including judicial service. It may also include judicial service, common to union and state. All India services means it is common to both center as well as state. Like IAS officers, they are appointed by central government but working in state government. But again, removed by whom? President, constitution. So state government has no role to play. Okay. So on the subject of other provisions of whatever recruitment conditions, so it's all about all India services. Okay. So that's why many times this Google won't give you the for education, specifically for UPSC. So I'll tell you something. I was discussing with ma'am just a few minutes back. Recently UPSC has released the answer. 2023 they conducted preliminary. They released the answer key. So in that, there is a huge variability. All the top institutes, whatever as of now, people are saying, na, maybe Drishti, Vajiram, Vision, Next is because nobody gave a clear-cut answer. Okay, there was a difference of, yeah. See, someone who got 40 marks in Baiju's answer key secured 77 in CSET. He got even less marks in other institutes key. So you have to prepare well. Obviously, sir, for example, if 100 questions they are asking, all the institute will give an answer up to 85, 90 questions. Aram se they can provide. The 10 questions very difficult to predict because their way of presenting is even UPSC dropped one question in GS, one question, that too polity question. Okay, that was very generalistic. So thing is that when a question is attendable, do attempt. When a question is not attendable, very tough, leave it. Okay. When you have a chance, do attempt. So in that case, if you have attempted the question, they'll give you marks. Okay. They have dropped that question, matlab, they'll give you marks. But if you don't attempt, they don't go. But it is very rare. But what I'm saying is go by reason that you will learn in the process. Okay. So internet is not a source, but sometimes you can refer some valid sites. For example, Ministry of External Affairs, Ministry of Home Affairs. My Bharat. What is that? mygov.in. So you can visit standard websites. Okay. For example, Observer Research Foundation for International Relations. So those you can refer, but in general, you have to be quite careful. You have to check two, three links. If that is okay, then you can go ahead with that content. Okay, I see. So so always when we start, we discuss about the previous class. Then we go. So I'm just thinking. Yesterday we were discussing generally. So general topics, as I said, that is very much. So we'll discuss something. That's why I just asked about the homework of 312. Okay. Anyway, we'll start with. Prelims overview today, right? I think it's recording. Ah, right. So here, what is prelims? Okay. So what is this here? What is prelims? What is prelims? That question mark. You tell me, as per your knowledge, what is prelims? Qualifying exam. It's the first qualifying test or the eligibility test. Is the first hurdle you have to cross. How much? How important is prelims as per your expectations? Most important. Because we do competition to 5 lakh people. Yeah. See, it's the one of the toughest hurdle as of now, at least in the last 4 or 5 years or what I say, even before also. That is where most of the candidates get filtered out. That first hurdle, even few people don't clear the prelims even after multiple attempts. But it is doable, 100% doable if you have to work as per the demand of UPSC. As per the demand of. In that case, you can definitely clear. Okay. So the idea of prelims is you say the high competition. How much percentage of people clear the examination? Less than 1%. If the applicants are, let's say, 11 lakhs, the people who have taken for service is 1,000 or less than 1,000. In their case, it's less than 1%. It goes very less. But we don't need to worry about actual people appearing for the examinations around 5 lakhs only. In that, who are qualifying for the prelims, that is, who will be writing mains, is 15,000, 14,000, as per the number. So, quite tough phase. Here, you will be reading about lot of subjects. In general, general knowledge will be played, CSAT will be played, that is, the aptitude will be played. We have to prepare for that. If you have a vast idea and you relate it with the syllabus and prepare as per the plan, as per the demand of UPSC, you can definitely clear this examination. Okay, preliminary. But preliminary gives you that entry pass. Okay, so then what is more important? Mains. Then what is more important? Mains. The preliminary gives only that entry pass. You can enter the gate to write the mains. The real show is in mains. Okay, the real game, the real competition. Your rank list, final rank list is based on mains plus interview mark, not prelims mark. So even I tell you the example of Tina Dub. You would have heard about Tina Dub. Tina Dub is one of the All India topper. She scored very less mark in prelims, near cutoff marks. Huh. If she would have made one question, a question galat ho gaya, matlab she wouldn't have cleared that attempt and she couldn't have scored all India rank also. Maybe we don't know, this field is different. But you have that motivation, she cleared first attempt. But if she failed with that depression, she couldn't have come as a topper. Maybe she would have come in 100 ranks or whatever, but very difficult to be all India topper. So we have to be very sure with prelims. Okay, but prelims is not the only thing. Prelims gives that entry pass, and that entry pass gives you the, gives lead you to main. Mains is where you have to score marks. Your mains marks and interview marks is the one decides your rank, everything. your cadre and everything. So that will but preparing for films is most important because almost all the candidates fail in this part of stage. Okay, just we'll have a quick facts on how many. So these are all the recruitment vacancies over the years. So last year it was 1,105. Okay, close to 1,000 people were selected and 100 were in the list. They'll be inducted later. Before that, 1100, 712, 796, 896. See, look at the numbers. See, back here, 1,364 in 2013-14 period, 1,164, 1,079. So numbers are there. You don't need to worry about the numbers. Thing is, as I told you have to be consistent in your preparation. We need only one seat. Okay, that you can definitely achieve. Okay, so taking this, if you look at the number of applicants, 20. See, these are all the numbers, not very important. Just number of people who appeared in 2016, applicants 11 lakhs and appeared is 4 lakh 50,000, and who cleared prelims is 15,382. Just to give you an idea, like how big this examination all over India. But thing is, the number of people who seriously prepare for the exam is less. Okay, so if you prepare properly, so you are among the cream. You're among that top 1% or wherever who are the regular students. So, okay. So don't worry about these numbers. Okay. So these are all for 2023. Just to give an idea, some data were released. Close to 10,000, 10 lakh people applied and 5 lakh 92 appeared and who cleared prelims and appeared for mains is 14,624. So first step is you have to get here. Okay, and mains. And after mains, the people who appeared for personality test, who cleared mains is 2,855. In that, 1,105 candidates were selected. Okay, so see, out of 1,100, were selected, and other will be, will be in the wait list or whatever it is. Will be. The thing is, that wanted to show you this quantum of, this what do you call that competition? How big the competition is, and how big the competition and how many people are appearing. So you should prepare. You have to keep this in mind. So see, competition is there one side, but if you do whatever is required strategically, you will clear that examination. That is most important. Okay, right. So pattern of preliminary examination. So there are two papers. First paper is General Studies paper one. Second paper is CSAT. What is CSAT? Civil Services Aptitude Test. Okay. In GS, you have all the general studies paper. What are the general studies paper? Can you tell me? Polity, history, geography, economics, environment, science and technology, current affairs. Okay, and other miscellaneous topics. Okay, that I'll give you the micro topics. For CSAT, can you tell me what are the areas covered in CSAT? You can say start with quantitative aptitude, school 10th level level aptitude, where you would have heard, first, when we discuss about CSAT. In quantitative aptitude, then you have reasoning, then you have English comprehension. These three topics are covered. Earlier, there were a topic called decision making. 5 to 10 questions were asked, then later they dropped it because this paper has become a eligibility paper. You have to score how much? Just 66.66 out of 200. But what is happening in the recent years? This paper is getting very difficult. They are not allowing you to score that 66. The UPSC is making this paper tough, competitive. Okay, so that students are filtered at this level only. So I request you guys to prepare for CSAT. If you're not very good in English comprehension, reading, you have to start with newspapers. You have to read a lot so that you will get that reading skill, skipping. Okay, that you can easily comprehend and you can answer what they're asking. That will train you. And also you have to be good with the numbers, aptitude. You have to do basic, mathematical skills should be there. Matlab, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So there are many topics, and you should also solve basic activities. You can start with, in the time being, you can start with any good aptitude book. Like there are books in market, Arihant book, the all-time Agarwal book. What is that Agarwal book? Um, the competitive exam, which is by what Agarwal? There is a book for competitive exams, specifically quantitative aptitude. So you can solve chapter by chapters. For example, time, speed, distance, ratio, proportion, percentage, profit, loss, probability, permutation. Nowadays, they're asking more questions from number system. Okay, LCM, HCF, number of digits, number of remainder questions. So these things you have to start now and then. Okay, so we'll tell you how to prepare over the time in a week. What are the things you have to do? Okay, so well, let's start with GS one. Okay, so this is the rough idea. So morning the exam starts at 9:30. 9:30 to 11:30. You have this paper one, 100 questions, 2 marks for each question, 200. Okay, negative marking is there. How much? One third. That is 0.66 for every negative. So the marks you earned will be reduced. So you have to be quite careful. Both Hindi and English is there. 2 hours. Okay, again for CSAT objective type, 80 questions are there. Only 2 hours. Okay, only 2 hours. That is 200 marks. So what is the mark? 2.5. So again, negative marking. How much? 0.83. Okay, for 2.583. 2 hours. It's only 2 hours because people are not able to solve more questions. Okay, so you have to practice. Basic questions you practice from today. Matlab, you take a vow that I'm going to solve mathematics. That is aptitude 2 days a week, 3 days a week. In your free time, start with the one chapter. Any basic mathematics book. Arihant is there. Quantitative aptitude by Agarwal. What's his name? Very famous competitor. I couldn't recollect that. During my college placement days, I used to read that book. Everyone suggests that book. Okay, you can read that book. Solve chapter by chapter. For example, if you take time, speed, distance, or time, work, there will be like 8 model sums, 10 model sums. Okay, solve one by one, solve regularly. Reasoning also you solve. What is table problem, circle problem, direction problem, blood relations. Okay, so make it a habit that 2 days a week or 3 days a week solve these problems so that your mind will be sharp. Like how people used to play Sudoku, Sudoku, there is a game in this. So that so see in this, even in general studies paper, this UPSC is not checking your knowledge. Obviously, they are checking your knowledge, but they are mostly into checking your logical and analytical skills. So the idea is this is the idea. Even both in GS1 and GS2, they are indirectly checking your logical and analytical. How logically you are checking going for the answer. So with the limited data, how you are coming to a conclusion which is right, and how you are managing the paper within 2 hours. Okay, so these qualities are tested basically in you. Okay, so that these things we have to develop. See, attending classes is one thing, reading is one thing, but solving questions is a different skill that will come as you attempt the test. Slowly that skill will improve. Okay, so Dimple, please, I think you'll be watching this video, so just do listen whatever I'm saying, do practice. Okay. Okay. So now we'll discuss the syllabus. So this is the syllabus for general studies, paper one. I'll give you some micro topics, just write down whatever topics I'll break down, and I'll explain you. Just you write down the topics. Okay. So it looks simple, but this is the core GS paper. But UPSC don't have any restriction. They take this as the syllabus and they ask questions which is beyond this also. Matlab, uh, the way of questioning is quite difficult. Anyway, we'll see. First topic is what is that? Current events of national and international importance. What is this? Current topic. Okay. So everywhere you would have seen people are nowadays the films is there, 1 month is there. People are going with current affairs booklet. Everywhere you go, people are carrying current affairs booklet. Here, there, they'll read current affairs, they'll mark, highlight. Okay, they'll read itna books for current affairs. Okay, they read all this, but how much? What is the output? They don't even get 4 to 5 questions. They spend so much of time in current affairs. but they will ask. It is based on newspaper, not based on magazines. There are popular magazines, for example, Vision, PT365, or Vachiram, or whatever it is. But nothing helps other than your newspaper. Okay, so you have to read newspaper and take notes. That is the effective source, and you can follow one magazine. I mean, we release a magazine, current affairs classes we teach. You can refer that, or if you want, you can just only one. Okay, but current affairs class are more important because we'll give you the gist, juice of the current affairs. Most expected topics will also do some background research of the topic. We'll give you the best current affairs. Okay, so so preferably for your attempt, you have to study from we are in the month of May. Okay, so start your preparation say May 2024 to March 2025. Okay, just write it down. Your current affairs preparation would be from May 2024 to March 2025. This whole 1 year. See, they ask current affairs from the previous years also, but it will be linked with the year. Okay, just to focus. So the first source for current affairs is newspaper. So which newspaper I told you? Hindu. Start with the Hindu newspaper. The Hindu is good. Okay, start with this newspaper. As you study, if you have a good reading habits, you can also read Indian Express, but that is not necessary. Okay, when you have a very good reading skill habit, you have been reading newspapers for last 10-20 years from your school time. It's okay, you can take the paper, but reading for competitive examination is different. But now and then you can refer some articles in Express also. They are also good, but Hindu is more important. I'd suggest stick with one newspaper. But if you have free time, extra time, you can refer. Obviously, there are different papers like Mint is there, Wire online paper, Wire is there. You can refer specific articles. Okay, I'll over the time I'll tell you what to read, what topics to read. Okay, so from this, you have to make notes and you have to listen to class notes and you can refer one magazine. This makes your current affairs preparation, it will fulfill your current affairs preparation that is required for this examination. Okay. So in this, whenever you take current affairs notes, I'll tell you during the newspaper how to divide the topic. Okay. So accordingly, you will be reading. So this is current affairs of nation as well as international. So whatever is happening outside the country is also important. For example, Israel-Palestine war or Sudan, coup in Sudan, okay, or the floods in Saudi Arabia, floods in UAE, or in USA election is going to happen. Something of international importance which is very much required. China is growing economically. They are also making some issues in South China Sea. So this kind of issues you have to keep you have to keep abreast with this information. Okay, right? Next. So we'll discuss in detail. Okay. So next is history of India and Indian national movement. Okay. So here we are going to next topic. What is this? History. History. You tell me what do you know about history. So it is history of India and Indian national movement. Okay. There are two topics. Okay. This Indian national movement comes under a topic called modern history. Okay. And what is history of India? We can divide the history of India into two. I mean, three. One is ancient, medieval, and modern. Okay, so we'll divide the history into three, and we'll be teaching you the subjects: ancient history, medieval history, modern history. Yeah, so ancient history starts from prehistory. That is before the history starts. That is Stone Age. It starts from Stone Age, and then it go towards the history. History is the term like, for example, we'll start with the Indus Valley civilization, Bronze Age. So till we go till Pallavas, Chalukyas, that period that closely comes around 7th to 8th century. It's all comes under the ancient. After that, in we go to medieval. Palas, Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas. We'll start from there and finish it with later Mughals. That is decline of Mughal Empire. That's where the medieval ends. Okay. So after decline, I mean, for modern again decline of Mughal starts, it goes till India's independent movement. That is INM, Indian National Movement. Okay, I think Indian National Movement is a very separate topic. So, it starts with let's say 1757 to 1947. So 1757 is Battle of Plassey. So that is an important one. So the period of study would be 1757 to 1947. Okay. So when British entered India and captured a power, that is 1757. In 1947, they left India. So in that whole period, we'll be reading the modern history. Okay. So these three topics will be covered in the history classes. Along with this, you will be covered. Along with this, you will also be covered with art and culture. Write it down. Art and culture. Art and culture. Can you tell me what is art and culture? Any idea? Art and culture of India. Art. Okay. Good painting is there. Music is there. Statues, branch statues is there. Temples is there. Art and culture. Okay. So it's a very good topic. We'll be covering this exhaustively. Okay. So UPSC is also asking questions from this topic. So, for example, so in art and culture, we'll be discussing about paintings, cave architecture, temple architecture. For example, if you go to South India, the temple architecture is different. If you come to North India, the temple architecture. Yes, and the South Indian temples have a different type of structure called Gopuram. If you come to North Indian temples, the Gopuram is smooth. It's called Shikara, where that is called Vimana. Okay, and in between South India and North India, there is this Central India, like Odisha. They have a different type of architecture, Vezara architecture. Okay, all these things will be covered. Then Islam, Muslim people came to India. They introduced a new type of architecture. They, for the first time, the India they introduced the arch structure, arch. Okay, they also introduced minars. They also introduced a dome, double dome. You see in Taj Mahal, na Taj Mahal and Humayun tomb. Okay, thank you. Taj Mahal, Humayun tomb. These are all called domes. So as an IAS officer, you have to study all these things. So why we are studying all these things? Because for an administrator, these are important. So we'll discuss this throughout the journey. For example, you are in a particular district. Okay, for example, let's say you are posted in a district called Amravati. You know where is Amravati? It's in Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Amravati is known for Buddhist architecture. Okay, there were stupas. Do you know what is stupa? Stupa is a type of architecture. It has a rounded dome. Buddhist temple. Okay, so as an administrator, you have to take care of all the things, law and order, day-to-day administrative activities. Even you have to preserve these monuments. So you should have this knowledge. You should know the history of Amravati, geography of Amravati, where there is a river, there is a flood, how this river will overflow, how to evacuate these people. So all these things. So here we'll be focusing in the art and culture part. That is a very good part for UPSC. Okay, right? So along with the history, we'll cover that art and culture part as well. You write down art and culture. Along with this, in history of India, this will be covered. Okay, because India is always known for its art, architecture. Yes or no? We have one. I mean, we have even one of the seven wonders. Okay, what is that seventh one? One of the seven wonders. Taj Mahal is there. But other than Taj Mahal, we have n number of buildings. Okay, for example, if you go to Aurangabad, you're from Maharashtra. What is that structure? Bibika Maqbara. Bibika Maqbara is a replica of Taj Mahal. Who built that? Aurangzeb. Since you are from Maharashtra, you're able to people generally don't answer because nobody knows Deepika Makbara. Okay, even history teachers. Okay, so Maharashtra is also known for multiple architectures. For example, Ajanta Ellora caves, Elephanta caves, Karle Chaitya. Okay, you know Karle Chaitya? It's a Buddhist monument, Karle Chaitya. What else is there? Karle Chaitya is there. Nagpur Chaitya Bhumi. That is by Ambedkar. Ambedkar introduced the Chaitya Bhumi where he did mass conversion, you know? And there are many others, many. And Deccan, we have some. So these are all the things we have to learn in art and culture. That will be covered along with the history part. Then geography, Indian and world geography. Okay, next topic is geography. Okay, so here physical, social, economic geography of India and the world. So Indian and world geography. The topic is geography. So the best source is to cover from the lowest standard NCERT. That is the textbook. Okay, I'll be the geography teacher, most probably as per the class schedule. I'm also an optional geography teacher. As the time permits, if I'm available, I'll take geography or else some other faculty will take. Okay. So for geography, NCERTs are the source, important source. So geography is more about an analytical and understandable subject. You have to understand, you have to imagine, understand. So questions on geography is also based on concept. Okay. So it's not a direct factual like history or politics. In polity also they'll play on your understanding. History is very difficult. But history, the way they are asking questions is very difficult nowadays. But still, we may have basic knowledge, it will help you to solve the question. For geography is more about understanding. For example, how the rainfall is happening, how the continents are formed, or how the sunlight is making some variations on the earth climate. Okay, so you have to give some time. As a teacher, the teacher teaches and delivers, and then you have to do homework on geography. So here we'll be covering Indian and world geography. Okay, that includes physical, social, economic geography of India and the world. Here, human geography will also be covered. Some aspects, right, on physical geography, social geography. I think these terms you might hear for the first time. What is physical geography? Huh. See, tell me the definition of geography. What is geography? Study of that simply. Okay. Study of places and earth. But that is a simple definition. But actual definition of geography is geography is the study of the relationship between Earth and the humans. Okay, Earth and the humans. So it is not just so when I define physical geography is the study of Earth. Physical geography is the study of places and the Earth. But when you tell geography is the study of relationship between the Earth and the human. Okay, so you write down physical geography. Physical geography is about learning the physical aspects. For example, continents, mountains, rivers, sea, sea mounds. That is called something called ridges, trenches. Volcanoes, earthquake. All these physical aspects are covered in geography. For example, there is a concept called geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, biogeography, environment. All these things will be covered in the physical geography. Next, what is the social geography? Social aspects of geography, how the human is changing some social aspects, okay, in the geography. That is called social geography. Here you will be talking about industries, okay, transportation, the energy sources, okay, industries. So you might ask, sir, is this all coming inside geography? Yes, it is coming. Industries are located based on geography. For example, where coal is available, there you have thermal power station, not away from the coal source. Okay. So industries are basically based on geography. Where you have a market, you have a mall. Bina market pass, if you keep a mall, nobody will come. है ना? So it's all based on geography. Okay. So that is social geography. There will be discussing about the social aspects. Okay, next, I mean, social economic geography is linked. Economic geography is again the resources, energy, industries, all these things will be covered. Economic aspects, agriculture will be covered, crops will be covered, major crops, minor crops, all these things will be covered. Okay, so it includes the geography of India as well as the world. So here we are not only learning the geography of India, but all over the world. For example, to give you an example, so we'll be studying about Indian climate and also about world climate. General, I mean, not in depth, but India will be studying more, but world in general will know what are the climatic zones. Okay, what are the climatic zones? Okay, and what are the industries in other parts of the world also? What are the industry zone in USA? What are the industry zone in Japan, China? Some basics. Okay, so here all these aspects will be covered. So geography is a very important topic. So books are NCERTs from 6th to 12th. Okay, from 6th to 12th, all the NCERTs are required for geography. Okay, excellent and important topic. Along with this, map work will also play. So last year, if you see, in last year prelims, they have asked 15 questions from geography. How many questions? So geography last year was hit, but the questions are equally tough. So, matlab, they went into map. They started asking questions on rivers, places in news, national parks, wetlands. So geography played an important role in last year current affairs. Okay, so that's about a simple introduction about geography. Then Indian polity and governance. Okay, constitution, political system, panchayat raj, and public rights issues. You tell me now what is polity? मतलब क्या है Indian polity? What is polity? हाँ, okay, okay. Politics is different. Polity is different. Yeah. So So, Indian polity tells about the features which are provided by the Constitution. What are the features provided by the Constitution? How the country is accordingly governed as per the Constitution. Okay. First, you should know what is Constitution. What is the Constitution basically? It is a rule book. What rule book is that? How to govern the country. So, it's a rule book. Like cricket, you have a rule book like that. Here, Constitution is a rule book to how to govern the country. So, Constitution says we are a republic. We are a union. We are a democratic. I mean, as per if you go by constitution, India is a sovereign, secular, democratic republic. Sovereign, secular, socialist, democratic republic. Okay. So justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, all these things will be covered. So it's a general rule book that tells you how to govern this country. So the country is governed as per the constitution. Okay. So if you just move away, then who will come? Supreme Court will come and tell you you are going away. If you go away, we'll put severe punishments. Come back to the line. Okay. So we'll be discussing about that in detail. What are the three organs? How they connected? How they all these things. So here we'll study about constitution. Okay. So how this constitution was formed? What is constituent assembly? What are the different parts of constitution? What are the important things? All these things. Then political system, how this country is, what type of political system we have, what type of elections we have, how these members are elected, what is parliament, what is state legislature, what is Lok Sabha, what is Rajya Sabha, who is minister, council of minister, who is minister of state, all these things will be covered. Panchayati Raj. Okay, what is this Panchayati Raj? It's a local body, local bodies. So public policy, how this public policy is, um, framed, and how what is the impact of people, what are the key features. For example, under this we can say what are the new acts which are enacted by Parliament, current affairs. So this polity has again role of current affairs. So you should regularly follow newspaper. Whatever new judgment Supreme Court is giving, whatever new act, whatever new amendment, all these things will be covered in polity. So here static plus current affairs is important. For example, this year election is happening. So Lok Sabha election. Okay, you can expect some election-based questions in this prelims. 100%, two questions will come. Okay. Last year, president election happened. They asked the president election question in prelims paper. Okay. So here, rights issues. What is right issue? What are the rights for different people? For example, there are tribal rights, there are women rights, there are children rights, there are disabled persons rights, there are rights for depressed classes. So all these things will be covered. So basically, I'll tell you some topics you can. So you understand what is in simple Indian polity. In Indian polity, so we'll be reading about constitution and all these aspects which is provided in the syllabus. So you can just write down. Will be writing. We'll be reading about fundamental rights. Okay, DPSP. DPSP. We'll reading about Constituent Assembly, how the Constitution has been formed. Okay. Okay, constituent assembly. Okay, constituent assembly. We'll be reading about parliament. Okay, parliament. We'll be reading about in parliament, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and all these things will be covered. We'll be discussing about local bodies. Local bodies. We'll be discussing about courts of India. That is Supreme Court, High Courts, and we'll also be covering statutory, non-statutory bodies. You know what is statutory bodies, non-statutory bodies? Then check it. It's a homework. Okay, homework starts again. A homework for you. Okay, please check statutory. What is a statutory body? What are all statutory? What is the meaning of statutory body or bodies? Okay, so check what is statutory body, and also check what is constitutional body. Check what is statutory body, what is constitutional body. That's a simple homework. Okay. Also check. Also check. Also check what is. Also check what is Panchayat Raj system. Okay. Write down a definition for constitution. So write a simple definition for constitution. Okay. Write a simple definition for constitution. Constitution. Okay. So I think polity. I gave a simple introduction. Okay. Next, what is this? Next, we are going to discuss about economics. Economics, a very quite important chapter. I think every year you can expect. See, polity you can expect anywhere 15 to 18 questions. Every year you can expect a 15 to 18 questions. Good number of questions are asked in polity. That's the wonderful subject. Matlab, UPSC asks good number of questions. Next is economics. So in economics, again, a very important subject. Here again, you can expect around 15 questions. Okay, 15 questions you can expect. 12 to 15 questions, which include a lot of current affairs also. So basically, what is economy? Okay, so you know, few people are from arts background. What is their background? Engineering or arts? Hmm. Science, mathematics, right? So many people would have never read about economics, but here the classes will be very simple. You can learn economics. So the thing is, you have to learn from that. You have to do put some interest and learn. Once you read economics, you will feel empowered because everyday newspaper you read about these terms called GDP, growth rate, repo rate. Matlab, as a common man, we don't generally understand this terms, but this will help you. So in economics, again, we'll be covering holistically all the economic chapters. But as per the syllabus, what is given? Economic and social development. Okay, and sustainable development. So economics is not only about core economics; it is also about social development. What is social development? Social development. Write down. Search the keyword. Search what is social development. Okay, homework for you. First, search what is social development. What is sustainable development. Okay, search what is social development. What is social development? What is sustainable development? What is social development? What is sustainable development? Okay. So, what is social development? Um, there are different sections of people in this society. Okay. There are rich, there are poor, there is women, there are children, there are old age people, there are people from depressed classes. All of them have to be treated equally. Everyone should grow in this country. So there are some social issues. So we are going to leverage equally and make some development. That is called social development. Okay. So that the society will be inclusive. Everyone can grow. This concept is called social development. So we are giving, certain subsidies. So for example, cylinder subsidy, or giving certain free bus for women. So all these things are social development, so that women can go to employment and earn some money and contribute to nation building. Okay, and there are certain social issues. Okay, so for example, we have an act called SC/ST Act, that is called Civil Rights Act. Whoever practices untouchability, they'll be sent to jail, they'll be put fine. So these things are called social development. Okay. Then next topic is sustainable development. What is sustainable development? Wonderful topic. Now you would have heard about this term sustainable development multiple times, but what exactly is sustainable development? Okay, not a harm to the nature. But any exact idea? What is the exact idea of sustainable development? Sustainable development. Sustainable. Long time. Okay. Long time. Okay. Good keyword. But actual definition of sustainable development is we have to search. Okay. I'm just giving an idea, but write a definition. That is, should I tell you a story for this? Okay. Okay. Then I'll tell you story so that you will understand. You will come up with the answer. Okay. So there was a hall like this. Okay. So in this hall, there were a lot of crayons. And first, elder people came, like people in the age group of 40 to 60. They came, and a lot of white sheets were given. They were asked to paint. So, using the crayons, all of them painted wonderful pictures, colorful, beautiful pictures, and submitted. Okay. Next, this let's say some 5 to 18 years children were there, or 20 years. So all entered the hall. After they went outside, all these children came inside the hall. Again they were all asked to paint. Again they did the painting, wonderful paintings. But so finally everyone came out. They compared the paintings. You know what happened? You know what happened? Tell me now. What is your in your mind? Children wanted to extraordinary thing, but it was not that much good. But the thing is, the paintings which were painted by the elders, now it was beautiful, colorful. But the paintings made by children, now it is so pity, so bad, because the children did not had crayons. No colorful crayons were there. All the elders completed the yellow, blue, green, red. Children were left with what? Black, white, which nobody will prefer. So, what is the moral of the story? Huh? How to apply? Tell me, just to think a little bit. Think little bit. What is the moral of the story? What else? See, if children were given crayons, what would have happened? They would have made colorful, no? In their own way. But crayons were not there. Is that a inequality? Nahi hai? Hai or nahi? Okay. So thing is, today come back to it. Okay. So today the present generation is taking all the coal, all the oil. Tomorrow's generation will have no oil, no coal. Today the global temperature is also rising. Tomorrow the children has to suffer. So this is called sustainable development. You have to develop yourself without endangering the future. The idea is you leave something for them and go. You save something for them and go. This is called sustainable development. You're getting it. So search about it. Very key term. You can use generously in your UPSC answers. They asked a simple definition like this in interview and people did not answer. Okay. So Just learn about this. Okay. So you will learn what is sustainable development, what is sustainable development goals. Here also will be reading about poverty. What is poverty? What are different type of poverty? How to calculate poverty? What are the committees which are set up by for poverty in India? Poverty is a very big thing. Nowadays we have reduced poverty. But to go back some 34 years back, 50 years back, all the programs created by the government were mainly for what? Poverty eradication. Poverty eradication, poverty. Last 50, 60 years we battled for poverty. Okay, now we are in a better position. We are going ahead, but poverty was a very big challenge. We'll be discussing about that. And inclusion. Inclusion means including all type of people. Here, demographics. This is about what is demographics? What is demographics? Population. Okay. What is the present population? What is the population policy? How to utilize this point? So again, I'll give you a homework called demographic dividend. Write it now. Demographic dividend. Search what is demographic dividend. Okay. Demographic dividend. That's a homework for you. Yes, Dimple, uh, do this homeworks. So whatever free time you have, try to cover the topics. Take a notebook, write the definitions. It would be very helpful. Write down what is demographic dividend. Okay. And finally, social sector initiatives. What is the social sector initiative? I told you about social issues, social development. Social sector initiatives means you are doing some initiatives so that the social development can be done. Example, new kind of schemes. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwal Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Gobar Yojana. So different type of yojanas are there. Okay. So mainly to uplift the people. These are all. So this is the economics. Here we'll be covering all the basics. What is GDP, GNP, national income? What is development? What is the deficit? What is banking? What is what is the primary market, secondary markets? What is world trade? All these chapters will be covered. Okay. Along with this, these things will also be covered. Development, poverty, inclusion, social sector, all these things covered. So very good chapter, very good basic chapter for films, economics. So again, economics with the relevant current affairs is required for films. Okay, you can expect them. Okay, fine. This is economics. What is the next topic? Next topic is environment. What is environment? What is environment? You would have read about environmental engineering in your college days, environment somewhere. What is environment? Any idea? Yeah, surroundings, good. So environment basically is about the area which is surrounded by us. Okay, so there are certain basic terms for environment. It starts from basic and move towards the contemporary issues. What is contemporary day-to-day issues? The new issues. So environment starts with what is basically biosphere. Okay, write down what is biosphere. Check the definition of biosphere. Just write down the homework na. Just what is biosphere? Biosphere. Okay. What is ecology? What is ecology? You know biosphere, right? The spelling of biosphere. Biosphere. I don't what is biosphere. What is ecology? Write the definition of biosphere and ecology. Simple definition. So we are living in a Earth. Okay? Earth is the only planet in the world that is habitable. Yes or no? Not the planets in the solar system where life is not possible. You have Pluto, Venus, Pluto, Venus. Pluto is not a planet nowadays, but I'm telling Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune is there. Life is not possible. Maybe in some other galaxy, some planet maybe might be there. But till as per our knowledge, only here life is possible. So here we are talking about the basics of environment. What is ecology, environment, biosphere? What is ecosystem? Okay, what is the what is global warming? What is global warming? What is climate change? Okay, what is climate change? What are the different type of acts are created by Government of India for conserving the environment? What is Wildlife Protection Act? What is Environment Protection Act? What is Biodiversity Act? All these things will be covered here. Very, very relevant for our examination because from 2013, Indian Forest Services (IFOS) is also merged with the preliminary of Indian Civil Service. So, lot of questions are asked mainly for forest services. As a forest officer, what is your duty? Tell me now. You become a forest officer today. What is your duty? Yeah. You have to preserve the forest. You have to improve the forest cover. You have to expand the forest. India is known for population, but India is also known for its forest. But the forests are shrinking. So we have to create forest. So nowadays, the important duty of forest officers are afforestation. What is afforestation? Creating forest. So they do and creating waterfalls in a very big forest. For example, in a summer month, what happens? There is no water. What animals will come out of the forest and drink, search for water. So you have to create waterfalls where animals, all the animals will come and drink water. You have to preserve the forest. You have to prevent forest fire. You have to prevent what is that? Lumbering of trees. People will cut down trees. You have to tell about the tribal rights that is taken by tribals. But you will be managing all these things. You have to protect the flora and fauna. Flora means trees, flowers, and all those things. Fauna means animals. Tiger has to be protected. Elephant has to be protected. Rhinoceros has to be protected. So many other things. So forest officer is an important duty in India. So very responsible job, very powerful job as well. You'll be appointed as conservator of forest. Okay, when you go via UPSC. So you should know about more about the forest. So since that exam is also for us, and these are all the recent challenges, we will be reading about environment. Okay, so all the topics will be covered here: environment, ecology, biodiversity, and search about biodiversity also. Write it down. Biodiversity. What is biodiversity? So diversity. What is diversity? India is a diverse country. We have North Indians, South Indians, Northeast Indians, tribal people, West, all type of people like that in biology, in an environment, different type of organisms are there. Tiger is there, and also snake is also there. Elephant is there. Grasses are there. Big trees are there. Shrubs is there. Biodiverse. That's called biodiversity. Search about it. Biodiversity, climate change that do not require subject specialization. Here will be, it's a very good topic here. It's a very relevant. Many people face difficult, but it's a very interesting topic. You can expect 15 questions from this topic. 15 questions for preliminary. Very important topic. Again, current affairs is very important. You know what is COP? COP, COP, COP. Yes, Panipuri. COP, COP. What is COP? Recently, COP 28 was in news. COP 28. Any idea? COP 28 happened in Dubai. Dubai. What is COP? It's a climate change summit. It's a meeting where all the global leaders will come to that conference and discuss about how to stop the climate change. See, the Earth's temperature is increasing. If the Earth's temperature is increasing, what will happen? We cannot live now. So we cannot live in a very harmonious, and the trees will die. You cannot do agriculture, cultivation. Okay. So they are making this conference to stop the rising of Earth temperature. That is called COP. COP. You can search about COP. COP. What is COP? Recently, COP 28 was in news. I'm just trying to write like a Purya said. Okay. COP 28. COP 28 was recently in news. Okay. Just search. Give a simple search. Okay. So I think it's a very good topic. I think ma'am will cover this topic. Ma'am has some specialized knowledge in this topic. Isha ma'am will cover this environment topics. When now and then I'll also cover in current affairs some important topics. Okay. So very good chapter. And finally you have what is the last chapter? General science. So what is general science? You tell me now. So for general science means science you read from 6th to 10th. So before 2016, 17, let's say all the big institutes here they used to teach the basic science. What is cell? What is different diseases? What is plants? What is animal? What is animal cell, plant cell, and all those things. But UPSC nowadays is asking questions from science and technology. So the focus area should be for this area is science and technology. So the focus area is they may ask one or two questions from basic science, but main idea is from science and technology. You tell me now what are the topics you think would be covered under science and technology? New innovations, very good. What type of new innovations? Very good. Artificial intelligence, robotics. Yes, very good. Then very good. Rockets. Okay. Rockets which are launched. Nowadays, they are trying for recycled rockets. Matlab reusable rockets. When you launch a rocket, it will fell in the ocean. Basically, SpaceX is doing. India is also one vehicle. Okay. So reusable rockets. So all these new technologies are part of science and technology. You should have basic science knowledge that you can cover from basic books. I think you can read yourself, and in classroom also will help you. And for example, there are certain books like Arihant. I think loose and Arihant, the people prepare for SSC exams. In that you can cover. But from UPSC angle, you have to focus more on science and technology. I'll give you some topics where science and technology will be covered. Biotech, okay, nanotechnology, okay, biotechnology, nanotechnology, space science, missiles, rockets, new technologies like artificial intelligence, data science, supercomputers, supercomputers, quantum computers. Okay, important phenomena that is happening in space: gamma ray burst, nebula, different type of space mission. We are sending different mission to space. Chandrayaan mission, Mangalyaan mission. Okay, Aditya L1 mission. You know, space missions. Okay, and the new types of energy, new energy sources. Okay, what is this green hydrogen? What is blue hydrogen? What is fuel cell? What is fuel cell? What is solar energy, wind energy? What is electric vehicles? What is hybrid vehicles? Okay, in science and technology, all these type of topics will be covered. Many topics are there under the science and technology. You know, biotechnology, nanotechnology, robotics, artificial intelligence, data science. Even cryptography. I mean, network security. That is about it. Nowadays, you have virus attacks. Cyber security also comes under this cyber security and attacks. Some questions were asked in UPSC about Pegasus virus, different type of attacks, different type of key, what is private key, public key. So in science and technology, these type of questions can be asked. So I've just given a rough idea. What is DNA? What is RNA? And recently, COVID vaccines was what are the different type of vaccines? So all these things will be covered. Okay, right. So I think this gives you an idea about science and technology. General science, you can read from yourself what is basic science from any standard book. Nowadays, they're not asking one or two questions for your. If you have time, you can read. But since we are starting new, whenever you have free time, you can take any general science book from Arihant, Lucent. You can cover those areas. we'll be focusing on the science and technology aspects. That is the more relevant for UPSC. Okay. So these are all some area, but other than this, they may ask more also. Okay. So this is about GS paper one. Okay. So 100 questions will be asked. Okay. So, okay. So I think we are done with the prelim syllabus, paper one. Okay. I think it's more than 1 hour now. We'll take a short break, right? We'll take a 5 to 10 minutes break and then we'll continue with the paper two, and then we'll have a quick introduction about newspaper session. Okay. Okay. We'll take a short break. We'll stop here. Short break.